It is 3 in the afternoon. You finished a perfectly normal lunch 2 hours ago, and suddenly you cannot keep your eyes open. Your mind feels foggy, your hands feel a little shaky, and your body is begging you for something sweet. You reach for the cookie, the candy, the chocolate bar, and 20 minutes later you crash even harder than before. If that cycle sounds painfully familiar, I need you to hear something today that most doctors do not have time to explain in a 15-minute appointment. Those cravings are not a weakness of character. They are not because you lack willpower. They are a direct biological signal that your blood sugar is on a violent roller coaster, spiking up and crashing down many times a day, slowly but relentlessly pushing your body toward insulin resistance, prediabetes, and eventually type 2 diabetes. According to the Centers for Disease Control, more than 1 in 3 American adults now has prediabetes, and the vast majority do not know it. But here's the part that should give you real hope. Blood sugar dysregulation is one of the most responsive conditions in the entire human body. With the right foods, eaten in the right combinations, your blood sugar can stabilize within days, your cravings can quiet down within weeks, and your risk of full diabetes can drop dramatically within months. Research from the American Diabetes Association, Harvard, and the journal Diabetes Care has identified specific foods that flatten blood sugar spikes, crush sugar cravings at their biological root, and rebuild the insulin sensitivity that age erodes. Today, I am walking you through 7 of the most powerful blood sugar stabilizing foods on the planet, each one backed by serious science. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to put on your plate this week to break the cycle that has been controlling you for years. A quick reminder before we begin, this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for medical advice. Always consult your physician before making major dietary changes, especially if you take medication for diabetes, blood pressure, or any other condition. Now, let us begin with food number. Our first blood sugar food is not really a food at all, but a simple liquid that has been used as a folk remedy for centuries. And modern science has now caught up to confirm what grandmothers always knew: apple cider vinegar. The active compound in apple cider vinegar is acetic acid, and the way it works in your body is genuinely elegant. Acetic acid slows the rate at which carbohydrates are broken down into sugar in your digestive tract, and it also temporarily blocks an enzyme that helps your body absorb starch. The result is a dramatically flatter blood sugar response after a meal. A study published in the journal Diabetes Care found that adults with insulin resistance who consumed 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar before a high-carbohydrate meal experienced a 34% reduction in their blood sugar spike afterward. Other research has shown that consuming vinegar before bedtime can lower fasting blood sugar by morning. The mechanism appears to involve improved insulin sensitivity at the cellular level. The simplest way to use it is 1 to 2 tablespoons of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother. Diluted in a full glass of water, taken about 15 minutes before your largest meal of the day. Always dilute it well, because undiluted vinegar can damage tooth enamel and irritate the esophagus, used consistently. This single habit can flatten the blood sugar roller coaster more than almost any other intervention. Moving on to the second food. We have one of the most powerful tools for crushing sugar cravings at their biological root, the avocado. The reason avocado is so effective for blood sugar control comes down to its remarkable combination of healthy monounsaturated fat, fiber, and almost zero impact on blood sugar itself. A medium avocado contains about 10 grams of fiber and very few digestible carbohydrates, which means it produces virtually no insulin response when you eat it. But its real power is what it does to the meal around it. A study published in the journal Nutrients found that adding half an avocado to a meal significantly reduced the post-meal blood sugar spike and increased feelings of fullness for hours afterward. The healthy fats slow down stomach emptying, which means the carbohydrates from the rest of your meal enter your bloodstream slowly and steadily, rather than flooding in all at once. This is the exact mechanism that prevents the crash and craving cycle. Avocados are also rich in magnesium, a mineral that more than half of American adults are deficient in, and magnesium is essential for proper insulin signaling. The simplest way to use them is half an avocado per day, sliced on toast with eggs in the morning, added to a salad at lunch, or blended into a smoothie. Pair it with any carbohydrate-heavy meal, and you will literally feel the difference in your energy that afternoon. Our third food is a warm, fragrant spice with one of the most well-documented effects on blood sugar of any natural compound, Ceylon cinnamon. The keyword here is Ceylon, the true cinnamon variety, which is safer for daily use than the more common cassia cinnamon found in most supermarkets. Cinnamon contains active compounds, especially one called cinnamaldehyde, that have been shown to mimic the action of insulin at the cellular level. In simple terms, cinnamon helps your cells respond to insulin more effectively, which means glucose moves out of your bloodstream and into your cells where it belongs. A meta-analysis of multiple clinical trials published in the journal Diabetes Care concluded that cinnamon significantly reduced fasting blood glucose, total cholesterol, and triglycerides in people with type 2 diabetes. Other research has shown that just half a teaspoon of cinnamon per day can lower fasting blood sugar by up to 29%. Cinnamon also slows the rate at which carbohydrates leave your stomach, producing a gentler, flatter glucose curve after meals. The easiest way to use it daily is half to 1 teaspoon sprinkled into oatmeal in the morning, stirred into plain Greek yogurt, added to coffee, or blended into a smoothie. Use it consistently for several weeks before judging the effect. Cinnamon is a slow, steady ally, not a quick fix. Before we continue with the next 4 foods, I want to take just 15 seconds to thank you for being here. Putting these guides together is a real labor of love for our team. We read the actual studies, verify every claim, and try to give you something honest in a sea of internet health misinformation. If anything you have heard so far has resonated with you, or if you have a spouse, a parent, a sibling who is quietly struggling with sugar cravings, low energy, or a recent prediabetes diagnosis, please share this video with them. It costs you nothing, and it could genuinely change the course of someone's health. And if you have not yet, tap that subscribe button and ring the bell. We publish new science-backed natural health guides every single week, and we would love for you to be part of our community. All right, let us continue, because the next food is something almost everyone has in their pantry right now and has no idea what it is doing for their blood sugar. Food number 4 is a humble, ancient breakfast grain that, when chosen in the right form, becomes one of the most powerful blood sugar stabilizing foods you can put on your plate: steel-cut oats. And the form matters enormously here. Instant oats and quick oats have been processed and broken down so much that they raise blood sugar nearly as fast as white bread. Steel-cut oats, on the other hand, are minimally processed, retaining their tough outer bran layer, which dramatically slows digestion. The real magic of steel-cut oats is a specific type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. Beta-glucan forms a thick gel in your digestive tract that slows the absorption of glucose into the bloodstream, producing a flatter and more sustained energy curve over hours. A study published in the journal Nutrients found that participants eating steel-cut oats for breakfast experienced significantly lower blood sugar responses and improved insulin sensitivity compared to those eating refined cereals. Beta-glucan has also been shown to lower LDL cholesterol, making this food a double win for adults over 50. Steel-cut oats also feed the beneficial bacteria in your gut, and a growing body of research links a healthy gut microbiome directly to better blood sugar control. The simplest way to use them is half a cup of dry steel-cut oats cooked with water or unsweetened almond milk, topped with cinnamon, a few berries, and a small handful of nuts or seeds. Skip the sugar, syrups, and dried fruit toppings, which sabotage the entire benefit. Our 5th food is a tiny ancient seed that the Aztecs valued for energy and endurance, and that modern researchers now study for its remarkable effects on blood sugar: chia seeds. When chia seeds meet liquid, they absorb up to 12 times their weight in water and form a thick, gel-like substance. That same gel forms in your digestive tract when you eat them, dramatically slowing the absorption of carbohydrates and producing one of the flattest blood sugar curves of any food on this list. A study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults consuming chia seeds with a meal showed significantly lower blood sugar spikes compared to a control group, along with reduced appetite for hours afterward. Chia seeds are also nutritionally extraordinary. 2 tablespoons deliver about 11 grams of fiber, 4 grams of plant protein, a meaningful dose of plant-based omega-3 fats, and significant amounts of magnesium and calcium. The fiber content alone is part of why they are so effective. Most American adults consume less than half the daily fiber needed for healthy blood sugar regulation. The simplest way to use them is to soak 2 tablespoons in water or unsweetened almond milk for 15 minutes until they form a gel, then stir into oatmeal, plain yogurt, or a smoothie. You can also make a simple chia pudding the night before by mixing the seeds with milk and a touch of vanilla and refrigerating overnight. The 6th food on our list is a humble, inexpensive legume that delivers one of the most powerful blood sugar stabilizing combinations in the entire plant kingdom: black beans. Black beans are extraordinarily rich in soluble fiber and resistant starch, 2 carbohydrate types that behave completely differently from regular starches in your body. Resistant starch passes through your small intestine largely undigested, then feeds the beneficial bacteria in your colon, which in turn produce short-chain fatty acids that improve insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammation. This is one of the most exciting areas of nutritional research right now. A long-term study published in the journal Diabetic Medicine followed adults with type 2 diabetes and found that those who regularly consumed legumes like black beans experienced significantly improved blood sugar control and lower hemoglobin A1C levels, which is the gold standard 3-month average of blood sugar. Black beans also contain a particular type of antioxidant called anthocyanin, which gives them their dark color and has been shown to support healthy insulin function. The simplest way to use them is a half cup of cooked black beans added to a salad, used as a base for a warm vegetable bowl, or stirred into a soup. Pair them with a small amount of brown rice, avocado, and salsa for a complete, blood sugar-friendly meal that keeps you full for hours. Our 7th and final food is a small, jewel-toned fruit that almost feels too good to be true for blood sugar control: berries. Specifically strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries. Most fruits raise blood sugar to some degree, but berries are uniquely friendly to your glucose levels because they are very low in natural sugars and extremely high in fiber and antioxidants. A cup of raspberries, for example, contains only about 5 grams of net carbohydrates after subtracting fiber. But the real magic of berries lies in their anthocyanin content. Anthocyanins are the pigments that give berries their deep red, blue, and purple colors, and they have been shown in multiple studies to improve insulin sensitivity and lower the post-meal blood sugar response. A landmark study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults who consumed berries regularly had a significantly lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes over many years of follow-up. The polyphenols in berries also slow the digestion of starches and sugars when eaten alongside other carbohydrates, which means adding berries to your breakfast can actually flatten the entire meal's blood sugar response. The simplest way to use them is a half cup of fresh or frozen berries with breakfast, mixed into plain Greek yogurt, blended into a smoothie, or eaten on their own as a snack. Frozen berries are just as nutritionally powerful as fresh and often more affordable year-round. So there you have it. 7 powerful, science-backed foods that can stabilize your blood sugar, crush the cravings that have been controlling you, and protect you from the slow drift into prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. But let me leave you with the most important truth of the day. Blood sugar control is not built in a single meal. It is built in the rhythm of an entire day. Imagine this: a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in water 15 minutes before breakfast, a bowl of steel-cut oats with cinnamon and berries, half an avocado with eggs at brunch, a salad at lunch topped with black beans, and a chia yogurt parfait for dessert. That is not a diet. That is a daily, layered set of signals to your hormones telling your body that it is safe to come off the roller coaster, that food is coming steadily, and that energy will arrive smoothly. Pair these foods with 2 simple habits: a 10-minute walk after meals to help your muscles soak up glucose, and 7 hours of quality sleep. Because even one night of poor sleep impairs insulin sensitivity by as much as 25%, and you create a powerful, multi-layered defense against blood sugar dysfunction. Your cravings are not your enemy. They are a signal your body is trying to send you. Now you have the tools to answer that signal. Pick just 2 of the foods we covered today and add them to your grocery list this week. Notice how your energy feels at 3 in the afternoon after a month. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this video gave you value, tap that like button so the algorithm shares it with more people who need to hear this message. And I will see you in the next one. Stay steady, stay nourished, and trust the process.